Hello, I'm so glad that you're here with me today. Before we get started, there are a few things that I would like to discuss with you. The first being a little bit about myself, who I am, what my credentials are, as well as how I view the counseling process, what my theoretical orientation is, and the populations that I serve as a counselor. Then we'll kind of shift into a little bit about potential risks and benefits of counseling, and then we'll end with confidentiality. So, with all of that being said, hello again. I'm Delaney, and I'm currently in a master's program at Carleton University for professional counseling, typically working with young adults. I believe counseling should be a safe and comfortable environment to assist clients in building awareness of their thoughts and emotions, also providing guidance in gaining perspective and clarity of their concerns, as well as their strengths and resources. Counseling helps to promote development and wellness, all while promoting unconditional positive regard and creating a connection before correction. I approach counseling from a person centered and theoretical standpoint. These are well established, researched, and respected therapies. Basing my counseling techniques from these theories means that I'm client centered and approach all of my clients with empathy, genuineness, and being non judgmental, all while focusing on positive states, experiences, and traits. There are times where I may use a bit of cognitive behavioral therapy, which you may have heard of, otherwise known as CBT. This is where we focus on changing your thoughts, which in turn change your behavior. Do you have any questions? Okay, so let's move into a little bit about potential risks and benefits of counseling. So, some potential benefits of counseling may be that you feel better from the work and effort that you put in both in and out of our counseling sessions. Um, Another potential benefit is that you may meet goals that you've set for yourself. You may become happier, healthier, more peaceful, or just overall are living a more fulfilling life. There are also some potential risks that can include experiencing uncomfortable feelings or difficulties with family and friends during this counseling and therapeutic process. Growth involves change that may also involve stress. A lot of the times, though, in the long run, we will end up happier. There is a stigma associated with counseling or having a mental disorder diagnosis, unfortunately, and this can possibly lead to discrimination in different areas of life. A diagnosis of mental disorder is required if you seek reimbursement from a third party payer, like your health insurance. In this event that this is true, I will inform you beforehand of the diagnosis that I plan to submit to your health insurance, and then we could discuss this any further if you were to have questions. And then lastly, in terms of confidentiality, I hold the information that you share with me with the utmost respect. What you talk to me about in this room will stay in this room. However, you are able to share this information with whomever you please. Now, there are a few exceptions to this. With your permission, there may be times where I may need to consult with coworkers or my supervisor about certain situations. Your name would, of course, remain anonymous, but your background and case is something that I would share. I may do this because other mental health professionals may have a way of thinking that just differs from mine, which then in turn gives you better treatment. There are also a few situations in which I'm required by law, without your permission, to break confidentiality. These situations include if you tell me that you plan to kill yourself or another person, if you mention abuse or neglect of children, elderly, or developmentally disabled individuals, or if my records are subpoenaed by court. Now, I know that was a lot of information that I just gave to you, but if you have any questions, even if it's down the road during our journey together, please do not hesitate to ask.